Hello, you just reached MRN Crew Call, presented by Hercules Tires and Grunt Style Apparel. Your patience is appreciated. Our representatives are working hard to bring you the latest news from the hottest crews on the NASCAR circuit. Thank you for holding. You are now being connected to your hosts, Sammi Jo and Rocko Williams.
Welcome to another edition of MRN Crew Call. I have not seen that open before. There was gum stuck in your magazine. It's terrible. Well, we're presented by Hercules Tires and Grunt Style Apparel. I'm Sammi Jo.
And I'm Rocko Williams, here with the two stunningly beautiful, stunningly athletic,
and we're back to
beast
Crew Call.
mode, the best ever to do it.
Okay, you can pump the brakes already. We're good.
Just won their first race, Team 9, the godfather of NASCAR, Chase Elliott. All is good in NASCAR now.
Their names are Chad Avrit and Nick Odell.
Their names, yes.
So you know, you did a lot of descriptions.
Front and rear tire
accurate.
changes. Front and rear tire changes for Team 9. Had their first win. And I mean, took 99 races to do it, but so excited, not only for Chase, but just for the sport in general. I feel like everybody was waiting for this win for Chase Elliott.
At the backwards course.
At the backwards course in Watkins Glen.
Yeah, how was that? Give us initial reactions of finally getting it done.
Relief, pure relief.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been trying for 3 years now with Chase to get it done, and we finally put every piece of the puzzle together, and it fit quite nicely.
What was different about this race?
As far as the pit stops, or
why
as far
did you win?
Why did we win it?
Yeah.
I think it was just a culmination of everything we've done, or every hurdle that we've had to overcome the last 3 years. Chase has been out front before. He now knows how to handle that pressure. We've been up front in enough races to not crumble on that final pit stop.
Thank God.
The cars are performing well. You know, that's on the up and up. So it finally came together.
The perfect storm.
Exactly.
Watkins Glen
He's
creates.
just so silent over there. He's just like, yeah.
He said it well. No, it's definitely relief. It's been a long time coming, so very hopeful and finally happened.
And then to win it at Watkins Glen, where you have backwards pit stops, you have a different choreography that you're practicing. You don't get to practice this choreography as much as you do your regular pit stops. So I do want to get into that. We'll get into that a little bit later. The differences that y'all had, or the ways you decided to do it, and how that contrasts with the ways other teams did it. How effective it was for you guys. You, in particular, we want to talk about, we won't give it away, but you had a very eventful or spontaneous.
I heard it was graceful. That's what graceful is what I would call it.
You had a moment on your money stop that could have made or broke y'all.
Have you ever fallen down and then immediately tried to play it off?
Have you ever fallen down?
No. Just
recently?
Weren't 100% sure if anybody was watching, so you just did something goofy to kind of take it away, act like you meant to do it? Yeah, something like that.
Oh, yeah, we'll go back to that in a little bit, but how are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. Rehab has been awesome. We decided that there's no need for me to rush into a race in Michigan. I'm going to sit out this week. We're going to set up a backup for the 51, the 51 truck, and I'm just going to get ready for Bristol. Bristol is a midweek race right after Michigan. It's a Thursday, so I'm excited about that. Don't want to miss Bristol. It's always exciting, so I'll be back there.
And you were speaking this weekend?
Oh, yes, I was. We had the NABJ conference, and it was in, where was it? Where were we?
Detroit.
It was in Detroit, Michigan. It was just an awesome experience.
The only reason we know that is because we follow him on social media.
Yes. I was asked to speak on a panel on behalf of NASCAR going in a different direction. And basically, we were talking on the differences and just the plan that's in place for NASCAR years to come. I was on a panel with Dawn Harris and Mr. Max Siegel, and Jesse Awuji, NASCAR.
So it wasn't about pancaking on the pit road?
No, it wasn't.
I just wanted to make sure.
As it related to me, I was offering insight of how journalists and broadcasters can broadcast and talk about our sport in a way that the fans can relate. How they can get excited about it. And
Which is perfect.
The little nuances and what makes the sport so great. I was just sharing that and trying to get the journalists who were at the conference to jump on board and give them some insight on how to broadcast this sport better.
Well, before you went to Detroit, we had a little.
Oh yeah, we did.
We had a little field trip.
Yeah,
I don't know if you guys have checked out this new spot, but you're going to see a video, and then we can tell you more about it later because I think somebody has some free coffee coming from there. But Clutch Coffee Bar, man, that place was amazing. So check it out. What are you doing?
We're going to the studio, right?
Yeah, to do a show that you have to be awake for.
For Crew Call, I'm excited about being there. I can't get it together. I just can't get it together today.
I can't. We gotta make a clutch move right now. Take a right.
Hey, what's up, guys? What can I get you today?
I just can't get it together. I need something.
Lots of caffeine.
Pump my
Something
energy
with lots
up.
of caffeine.
You got energy drinks?
Of course.
You got coffee? Macchiatos?
Of course. Everything.
What about the new slocchiato? You ever heard of the slocchiato?
No.
I just can't get it together.
Poor girl. You know what? Let's just go inside and take a deeper
Can
look.
we just come inside?
Yeah, come on in.
All right. What's up, guys?
Hey, so Mr. Indecisive here needs something to
I
pick
just
him up.
can't get it together.
So he wanted to come inside.
So you guys noticed the drive-thru, right? I love y'all, but
It's a drive-through, I know, but
actually, we'll get you access. Come on inside.
Wow. VIP.
I'm gonna make my own drink.
No, it's right there. That's you.
The muscle mocha.
Yeah.
Double fist.
Far back your college days.
That bartender.
We've created a monster. Let's see it. And just like that, he's back. I think that they've got me making something a little more upscale.
A little sophisticated.
Not that.
Hey, I'm upscale too.
Let me get my energy and we can talk about this over my sophisticated coffee.
Let's do it, girl.
I just make it happen. You ready for this artistry? Oh yeah. Wait, I'm not done yet, y'all. Oh yeah. Lid me. Thank you. So good. So good. Nope, that's mine. Darren, you have made the show so much easier for us because now this one's awake
Yes.
and this one's happy. I mean, it's clutch.
I can get it together now. I can get it
I
together.
appreciate you guys coming out.
Yeah.
We got a nice soy ice caramel macchiato and the slawness special.
Yes.
A little cherry, orange, passion fruit energy drink. So
Yes.
appreciate you guys coming out and looking forward to seeing you next episode.
Thank you so much. Cheers.
Cheers. Thanks, Darren.
Thank you.
Grunt style. The American fighting spirit is in everything we make. We are 500 patriots and veterans strong, bringing clothing manufacturing back to the United States of America. Always moving forward, never retreating, never giving up. We are Grunt Style, and this we'll defend. Get yours at gruntstyle.com.
Kyle Petty here. My friends at Click & Close, the official mortgage provider of NASCAR, have stepped up this year to support Victory Junction through the fastest lap of the race program on NASCAR radio. So join our team. Go to clickandclose.com/NASCAR today to donate $43 or more and help us give the gift of camp to children with serious medical conditions. That's clickandclose.com/NASCAR and just look for the Victory Junction logo. Thanks to Click & Close and NASCAR Radio for their support this season.
Things happen fast in racing, and if you don't know where to look, you can miss it all. With Legend from Racing Electronics, you'll never miss another moment. Legend gives you live fan vision video, in-car cameras, and stats at NASCAR and other Premier Series events. And the next generation race scanner for unfiltered driver and crew audio at any motorsports event nationwide. NASCAR fans have never been closer to the action. Welcome to the future of the fan experience. Learn more by visiting racingelectronics.com.
Hello, MRN Crew Call.
This is Kyle Larson. I'm calling to speak with...
Hold, please.
No, wait. Don't put me on hold.
Ha! We don't do drivers here. This is MRN Crew Call. Here's Sammi Jo and Rocko.
Welcome back to MRN Crew Call, presented by Hercules Tires and Grunt Style Apparel. Sammi Jo Francis and Rocko Williams at your service with...
Chad Avrit, Nick Odell. We're going to jump right into it, guys, because first of all, excited. Congratulations again on your win, but
Thank you.
Thank you.
There were two distinct, there might have been three, but there was two distinct ways that guys were handling the pit stops at Watkins Glen. We're going to call it the right side first, and we're going to call track side first, wall side first. You guys were doing the right side first, correct?
Correct.
So.
Wait.
Wall side.
Wall side first.
See, I'm so backwards.
You can't get it together.
Yeah.
I just can't get it
He
together.
clearly needs his Scotch coffee.
Especially at Watkins Glen.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we're going to start off, just to jump right into the video.
The reason we're calling
Number
it
one.
that, by the way, is because it is backwards.
Yes, it is backwards. If we can play from number one, I'm going to show you right now what these guys, the 9 crew was doing. As you see, they're doing the wall side first, which is technically the left side, which is what we're used to. Then they run around, they do the right side, which is the track side, and they finish the stop up. What I want you to pay attention to, what's different, is look at the rear tire carrier. As he indexes his tire, he's grabbing 2 tires from the wall as opposed to jumping out with them, and he has to lug these 2 tires across the car to the track side of the car. Drop them off, and they proceed with the stop. So you're finishing on the right side, track side of the car.
Do we know how long this stop was?
We don't know how long. The time isn't really important here in Watkins Glen.
No, I know that. It's just I don't
know how long it was.
For visual sake, because you are doing that so quickly and not letting the tire roll, not getting ahead of yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would say it was about 14 and a half seconds.
14 and a half seconds.
They tend to
Roughly.
be about a second slower than a
See,
typical
you should have given
stop.
yourself more credit and been like, it was 6 seconds. That's how good we were.
It was all in slow-mo.
I will say, too, as the stop is going on and you're finishing on the right side of the car, left side of the car.
There you go. I was waiting for you to
on the
get
left
it
side of the
together.
car. It's so important as the tire changer, when you pull those tires off, make sure those tires don't roll out the pit road. How do you do that? Is there little tips or tricks, the secrets to doing that, or how do you handle
You
that?
put gum on the bottom of the tire.
That tire is not moving. What do you do to keep that tire from rolling back?
I would say that's just years of practice. That's something you focus on. You know, when you're doing this style of choreography, you know that those tires cannot get away, or else, as we saw during the race, it could ruin your race.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. So when we were talking about this before the break, I was completely lost, which usually happens when they get into technology and technical terms. I just sit here and smile and wait till I can talk to them about it. But this makes more sense now, because you said, well, we practice what we always do, which is always that same side first, correct? So it just swapped.
So it was like the car basically spun around on pit road.
Right. Did everybody do it this way?
No, there was definitely 2 distinct styles, as Rocko led to. You know, you
Were there a lot of people doing it the way you were?
I would say it was split, probably 50-50.
I'm glad you mentioned that, Sammy. Let's look at the other way. If you can play video 2, you're going to see the different, the other variation of doing it.
Okay.
And here you see the 18. They start off on the left side, which is
drives
the
that
track
car?
side. They start off on that first.
Some Kyle guy.
That 18 car, and they're going to end on the wall side. And what you're going to have to pay attention to is the fact that the rear guys are going behind the car, which that's going to be very important in a later clip that we show. But I would say this is a little different for the Jackman, because he is running around the front, and is that look at it. Isn't that a little awkward for him going around that end of the car?
Yeah, that.
It is, I feel. So
That's
I mean,
a part of the reason we did ours the way we did it is everyone's doing the same choreography around the car. You're not doing anything different.
So I guess
for the most part.
As a Jackman doing it the regular way, you're running left to right. So doing it the way the 18 car is doing it, he's running right to left. Is that
Backwards again, buddy.
Backwards again? Well,
Well, welcome to Watkins Glen.
welcome to Watkins Glen. But that is a different way. What made you guys decide to do it the way you chose and not this way?
That's basically why. So we were all doing the exact same job, and then if there was an adjustment we needed to make to the car, it was quicker starting on the wall side.
Did you make a lot of adjustments?
Fortunately, we didn't have to.
That's really good. That could have been led to race 100 without a win, but luckily you guys
worked
were on
out.
point.
And I would like to mention too, it's been a while since I've pitted cars at this level, but I remember going into Watkins Glen, the crew chief would always tell you, and guys, you can relate to this, hey, if we have a good car, we have a good race, we're only doing 2 stops, 2 or 3 stops, 2 stops. And if you get out of that 2-stop threshold, you don't have a chance to win the race. So it was refreshing to see. When did y'all know that y'all had it in the bag?
Did
Or
you
did
ever
you ever
feel
know?
confident? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say when Truex ran out of gas. Even still, we had
It was about the time we all jumped off the wall. I would assume
we had
it was
a
about the
turn
time
and
we
a
thought
half
we had
left
it
to
in
go, so there was still question in the air.
Were you all holding your breath for the last turn and a half?
I wouldn't be surprised. I'm pretty sure we probably were.
Okay, so then let's fast forward to post-race. How many pats on the back were there? Because Rocko said he was counting.
It had to be
20.
It had to be 20 plus, you know, and
does he get bruises on his back now, guys?
So we're pretty amped up. There's a good chance of that.
Yeah.
And this just alludes me to the another video I want to show in the next segment. It's just you in particular, when you handle a situation with backward stops, do you know certain situations are going to happen and you have to prepare yourself for that? And I want to talk about that because we're going to show you.
Wait, let's wait to ask him that because I want him to relive it kind of like you did on your situation.
Yeah, okay. We can go that.
We'll call it. Going forward, you've finally gotten over that hump. You got your first win. How do you keep that momentum going?
I think just keep doing the same things we've been doing. We've constantly been improving, you know, from race to race.
You guys aren't going to spin the car?
No.
In pit road?
No.
So maybe that helped.
But, you know, we've got some momentum on our back now. And like I said, the cars have been improving. Our pit stops have been improving. You know, everything's kind of coming together. So it's one thing to go out and finally win a race, but it's another thing to do it twice. So, you know, it's tough to get on top. It's even tougher to stay on top.
You got the day off Monday, though, at least, right?
I took the day off Monday.
You earned it. You earned it.
So the shop is feeling pretty excited. You know,
see, everyone at the shop from top to bottom.
If I know HMS pretty well, I'm pretty sure they're going to do something special for Chase's first win. And it was the 250th win for Hendrick as well. So that was just 2 milestones in one.
Big day. Definitely.
2 birds with 1 stone.
Y'all might get some hardware with that, or
that's the rumor we've been hearing.
Or something.
Well, if you do, please take video, and we'll just claim that it's slaw video.
Yeah, we will.
We can show it to our viewers, because that's what we really want.
We'll get it together.
Yes, so we can get it together with some clutch coffee.
Perfect.
So, looking back on the race, is there anything you would have done different? Well, we'll talk about yours later.
Yeah. Based on the outcome, absolutely not. I mean,
yeah.
What we did was the right thing to do at the time.
Right.
We need to get into that.
But I don't think anything's perfect. That's why I ask, is there anything that you think you could have done differently? Maybe personally, maybe as a team.
Chad is always perfect. You'll learn that about him. You know, he's from Cali.
Absolutely,
you know, everything is good all the time.
I mean, look at his hair. Perfect.
It's perfect.
Not today.
Not a hair out of place. I should have known. How silly of me.
We need to get the commercial and come back.
Maybe we'll mess his hair up a little bit and get a response out of him. Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, coming up, we have video of your not so perfect
day.
We'll get into that.
But it could be perfect.
Could be.
Depending on how you look at it.
And of Denny Hamlin's pit issue.
Yeah,
but
we got to get into that.
We'll be back with more Crew Call right after this.
Hold it, Rock, will you? You drive me crazy as a sloppy because you're off balance.
After more than 1 million hours of development, the truck of the future has arrived. The new Cascadia from Freightliner, inspired by science, driven by passion. It's loaded with driver-focused improvements, such as noise abatement technologies for an even quieter ride, an innovative wraparound dashboard for improved comfort, and a reimagined driver's lounge that promotes productivity and relaxation. Experience the new Cascadia at your dealer or online at Freightliner.com.
Join MRN as we travel through the life of NASCAR's most popular driver, Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. comes back to the Daytona International Speedway, leading the pack.
I won races that I never thought I'd win.
From growing up under the Earnhardt name to super speedway wins to Whiskey River, we dive into everything Dale Jr.
He's Rain Man for NASCAR history.
You know, we weren't the typical family that got to sit down to dinner together.
Tune in to Junior's Journey, available on iTunes for download only on the Motor Racing Network.
Here's a special message for those of you who owe the IRS at least $10,000 or more in back taxes. The IRS has special programs in place that could eliminate or reduce your tax debt by thousands of dollars. The IRS is currently accepting reduced settlements and other favorable programs. You may qualify for substantial savings, so get the help you need. Take down the number now for the Federal Tax Management Hotline, 800-242-1706, 800-242-1706.
This is MRN Crew Call. For English, press 1. Hello, we're chuffed to the pieces you've dropped by, love. We have more bits and bobs in stores we chin wag with this lass and laddie. Here's Sammi Jo and Rocko.
Welcome back to MRN Crew Call, presented by Hercules Tires and Grunt Style Apparel. I'm Sammi Jo Francis.
Rocko Williams here.
Oh, we're not the important ones.
No, they are. Chad Avrit, Nick Odell. Let's just jump right into
the victorious team.
Yeah, DI9, hashtag DI9, race winners, you know, and before we even say anything, let's just watch it. Play clip 3, please.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, just watch it. Nick, tell me what's going on here.
Like I alluded to, have you ever fallen down and tried to play it off?
Let's see how this happens. This is your money stop. This is your money stop right here. Did well. The car was full. You made it to the end. You outlasted Truex. So, I mean, your gas man gets a pat on the back here, too. This is the last stop of 2. So when you're only doing 2 stops at Watkins Glen, you're at a good day. You're having a good day as it is. So we go around to, what side is this, Nick? The left side?
The left side of the car.
So left side. Track side of the car. We're indexing the car. As you can see, I slowed
I feel like
down.
this is so suspenseful.
It's like,
I don't know what's about to happen.
Oh, here we go.
So right
Nick
about
gets up.
there.
What's going on, Nick? What are you thinking?
Get the hell out the way.
Did you practice that in your bathroom or over your bed, or are you prepared for this type of stuff?
It's one of those things where we knew it was going to be close. So in the back of your head.
Look at that footwork. Look at it.
In the back of your mind, you know that's a possibility.
Now, you've practiced that.
Like I said, I played that off. and apparently from social media, it got played off well.
You were safe.
Maybe I was trying to fool NASCAR or something and thinking that everything's okay. Yeah, that was supposed to happen, right?
Well, so you guys have talked. That's been one of the main words of today is choreography. So I'm just wondering when you're going to do Dancing with the Stars.
That's a long road
Have you seen that leap? I mean, that was.
Well, better yet, Chad, if you were in that position, could you have done it better? Or how would you have done it differently?
Absolutely not. I probably would have ended up on my face. There's no way.
What, Mr. Perfection?
Absolutely, yeah. I'll admit it.
That's why he goes to the rear.
It.
That's why he's in the rear. You know, the front changers are the crazy ones on the pit crew because they're in front of the car. You know, they.
Didn't you spend most of your career on the front?
Yeah, I'm crazy.
Okay, just checking.
I'm crazy and backwards.
And plus, our viewers know he's crazy. They saw was it last week or the week before that we showed your.
Yeah, would you call it a pancake?
It's the pancake, yeah.
Nick Odell was actually we were actually paired up when I was on a 9 car, 24 car at the time, and he carried me for a year or 2. You know?
My back hurt.
Yeah, it did.
That season.
He did carry me. We were a good little pair, you know?
You billing him for chiropractor visits now?
And not yet. That's a civil suit waiting to happen.
At least you know what's coming now. So when you got hit by the car, what was going through your mind at that moment?
Don't let go of the gun.
Yes.
Honestly, that was make sure all the equipment's on the pit wall side of the car. Get out from in front of the car. Don't let go of the gun. You let go of the gun.
Well, one of those things happened.
So if I would have let go of the gun, it would have been removing equipment.
Okay.
You can take equipment outside of the lines of the pit box as long as you're in control of it.
Yeah.
If that gun would have went flopping or one way or the other, then Chase would have had to go to the tail end of the longest line.
When you landed on the ground and realized you weren't dead.
Yes.
How was that feeling?
The first thing he was thinking, because he texted me, was, that better be a clutch performance of the week award winner right there. So.
That's the jury's out on that one.
Pure adrenaline. I didn't realize how sore I was going to be until after the fact. You know, I got up and before I really realized all what happened. You know, I was just kind of laughing it off, shaking it off. Oh no, I'm fine. Everything's cool.
Was the rest of the team concerned or laughing at you?
Definitely laughing.
Okay.
I don't think
Absolutely. I'll second that.
Could you see what was going on from your
No, I had no clue because I was
till after the fact.
You just saw the final
I was
call.
concerned about the car behind us, so
Yeah.
I'm looking the wrong direction, and then I turn around and I see him on the ground. So at that point, it's like, when can we watch the tape?
What made you do this?
I have
82
no
times.
idea. There is no rhyme or reason,
Yep, it
but
just happened.
I slid on the ground and I didn't know what to do.
Are you a baseball fan?
I mean, I played baseball up until I was junior high, somewhere in there, but I don't know. It just happened. I was safe. You know, maybe letting the family know at home that I was okay.
You were safe this time. But, I mean, that's not the case for everybody. Pit road, as we know, is inherently dangerous. You know, it's controlled chaos. All these cars are in at the same time. And then to add in the factor of being backwards, it's going to create issues.
I was going to say, does that make it
it's going to create
more dangerous?
I think we're still adjusting to the 5-man pit stop.
Okay.
So to combine that with backwards pit stops, you know, the choreography is kind of crazy, and we're trying to learn it so quickly that it's setting us up to make mistakes.
Well, we're glad that you're okay.
And fortunately, everybody on pit road was safe, but that was one heck of a pit sequence.
It was. And then especially to have all the cars on pit road, normally they're staggered. They're coming before the caution, you know, and it's not full on pit road. That was the first time that day where all the cars, a majority of the cars, were on pit road at the same time in the stalls, front to back, behind each other. And like I said, that created some issues. And it created some issues specifically with the 11 car. And watching it from race, initially when I saw it, watching it at the race, I just saw tires leaving. I thought something somebody just didn't do their job.
All right,
but
let me break this down as a viewer for you.
Yes, if we can show me
video.
Video 4 and tell me what you see when you watch this, Sammy.
This is Denny's pit stop.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
This is Denny. What do you see when you see this?
Purple onesies. I see the number 11 hit the tire, and the tire is gone, and something is attached to it still.
Yep.
And that guy is not safe because he didn't do the hand motion.
Yep. So what do you see when you watch this? Focus on the left side of the screen.
Okay. Oh, that is not good.
Yes. Let's break this down a little bit more.
Yeah.
As initially when I saw this at my house, I'm like, oh man, those tire carriers, how did the tires get away? Why are the tires in traffic? But as we break this down, you're going to see there is a stimulus. There is one person who I think sets this whole off, one driver in particular, and that is the number 2 of Brad Keselowski, who is pitted behind the 11 car.
What happened to that guy?
The hose broke apart. Hold on, real quick before we get there. Look at the number 2 car. This is what starts it all. The tire is hit.
Shit.
So therefore, look, the rear tire is hit forward. The rear guys cannot run to the back. They cannot run to the rear of the car. They have to go forward. Mike Hicks did a great job of reacting. And he tries to push the tire in front of the car because he cannot go to the rear. His hose is designed to go around the rear of the car, not the front. When Denny leaves, the hose gets snagged, chain reaction effect. Yanks the hose off. I mean, you have metal couplings, hidden body parts, wrists being twisted. I mean,
that is a mess.
Larger pit stalls, this would not have happened. Pit stalls like California or
where it's so clustered.
Maybe Indy, but long story short, I don't know if maybe Denny was a little too far back in his box or maybe Brad Keselowski was too far in his box. But when he tried to leave, he hit that tire, and that's what caused the chain effect.
Okay, so let me ask you this, because the car that initially hit the tire, hit Denny's tire, the car that was pitted behind him, stopped.
Yes.
That is not usually what you see.
As
far as the cars, once they are going, they're gone.
So I would say drivers are pretty selfish on pit road. You know, if we got blocked in, it's always the other guy's fault, or if someone else got blocked in, it's always the other guy. You know what I mean? It's, so, you know, I think Brad was in the position. It was time for him to go, but he had a 70-pound tire sitting in front of him, so he could either damage his car further or he could stop. Those were his options.
Okay.
And I think that's
wild.
Where that tire got into that
I want to get
position.
into this more when we get back, because that is craziness. So we'll be back with more MRN Crew Call and more of that hose break.
Yes.
It's crazy.
Chaos.
Whatever you drive, wherever you go, Hercules Tires will get you there, whether you're running on dirt or running a job. Our dependable, high-quality tires are the perfect fit for your needs. For unmatched value, selection, and warranty with industry-leading road hazard protection, there's only one choice: Hercules Tires. To learn more, visit HerculesTire.com or call 800-677-9535. Hercules Tires, ride on our strength.
Clutch Coffee Bar in Mooresville, North Carolina is redefining the drive-through coffee game in Race City, USA. The Clutch experience is quick, efficient, and personal. Unmatched customer service is the name of the game. Clutch Coffee Bar offers signature espresso drinks, classic coffees, custom-flavored infused energy drinks, smoothies, and more. With over 25 flavors, there's something for everyone. Visit our 2 locations in Mooresville, 356 Williamson Road and 154 West Plaza Drive. Open daily 5 a.m. till 9 p.m. Power up today with Clutch Coffee Bar.
When the smoke settles, the entertainment never stops.
Time just flies when you're busy, I think.
On race weekends, your favorite NASCAR personality is an everyday superhero.
And Martin Truex Jr. is a champion.
But when they leave the racetrack, they're just like everyone else.
You never know if you'll get another chance to do it.
I'm Susie Armstrong. Join me on a daily journey as we discuss the hot topics and engaging personalities of NASCAR Nation. Ned Jarrett's World of Racing, weekdays on the Motor Racing Network.
I know, girl, I know. So right before I transferred the call, I heard Brad Keselowski say that next week he's planning to announce that... hello? Excuse me? Is someone else on this line? Yes, I'll transfer you immediately to Sammi Jo and Rocko.
Welcome back to MRN Crew Call, presented by Hercules Tires and Grunt Style Apparel. Okay, go back to the hose break.
Yeah, like I said, when you watch it on TV, you don't really realize the cause and effect of things.
Yeah.
But it was clear to see that Brad Keselowski was the reason. And another reason is picking your pit stalls, why that is so important. Because you don't want to get behind, you don't want to pit in front of somebody that you're going to be racing against. And sometimes you can't predict that, but qualifying well, plays a factor into that. And as a rear tire changer, Chad, you going around and seeing Brad, in the back of your mind, you're focusing on lug nuts, but do you feel Brad K in that car right behind you?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially once you set that tire out there, because you're basically putting it in traffic.
Yeah.
So if they decide to take 2 tires or fuel only or something to further position themselves in the field, then there's a possibility of that tire you stuck out there is going to be hit.
When you look at that, he was saying maybe if it was a bigger pit box or maybe Denny was a little bit too far back. What do you guys see? Was he too far back, or was that?
I think just with the pit stall sizes at Watkins Glen,
Yeah.
and you also got to take into account, like Rocko alluded to earlier, everybody's on pit road. It was under a yellow flag circumstance, and at Watkins Glen, there's not a whole lot of cars that go a lap down. So instead of getting your 20 cars that are on the lead lap pitting with you, you're getting 35, plus cars, pitting with you all at once. And the way the strategies work out at Watkins Glen, there's several different cars on several different strategies.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I just got to talk about, the job that the Jackman did, David Odell and Mike Hicks. Mike Hicks personally, just because of the way he reacted. He saw he couldn't go to the rear. Instead of just letting that tire go, he did make an attempt, knowing his hose couldn't go to the front, but he was just all in, committed. Hey, let me try to get this tire back, because as you said, Nick, if a driver hits your tire,
it's out of play.
It's out of play. Therefore, the penalty might not be called on 11. So, I mean, for him to go above and beyond to get that tire to the front the best he could, knowing he couldn't because he was on the rear attached to the hose, I really like that. And I like the fact that the Jackman, too, as he let the car down at the same time, he felt that hose, and he could have compounded.
On his ankles, because you see him go,
jumped over it with the jack and didn't get caught up in that, too. That was just.
Right.
That was 2 great plays. Yeah, that was very clutch.
It wasn't pretty, but it was clutch.
Yeah, which alludes us to
our clutch performance of the week. This is sponsored by Clutch Coffee Bar, which we showed you earlier. So let's hear it. Who are our lovely winners this week?
First up, they all remain in the Monster Energy Series. My first winner is, surprise, Nick Odell of Team 9. Chase Elliott's Tire Changer. You did an awesome job. I really like the fact how, I didn't even realize how you kept hold of the gun when you jumped over there, so you didn't receive that penalty.
That was priority 1.
They went on to win the race. My next winner is your cousin, David Odell, Jackman on 11 car. Look at that. It's a family affair here.
For the reason you were saying.
Yes.
To have that presence of mind.
Yes, I really like how he handled himself in the face of adversity. When you have something like that happen, you got to be quick on your feet, and you probably wouldn't even seen that watching it normally, but he did a good job. And
we watched it real time, and I didn't see that. I saw tires going everywhere.
Saw chaos.
Yeah. We have one more winner. I really didn't want to do this on the same team, but I have to give it to Mike Hicks, from the changer of the number 11 car. He had a clutch performance in how he handled the fact that he could not run around the rear, aborted, went to the front, and did his best to get that tire to the wall with limited resources. I say that because he had one gun in his hand, one tire, one hand on the tire. He's maneuvering hoses. He's stretching out. Brad Keselowski's behind him trying to run him over, and clutch performance. I love it.
I don't know if Brad would see it that way, trying to run him over.
Brad's the driver. We don't care about him.
Okay, before we run out of time, because you guys, we're just talkative people. Friday, MRN has your coverage for pole qualifying at Michigan. Saturday at the Corrigan Oil 200, also at Michigan. The Rock and Roll Tequila 170 at Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course, and the Consumers Energy 400 on Sunday. That's at Michigan.
Yep.
And those will be starting pole qualifying at 5, Corrigan Oil at 12:30, back to Ohio at 2:30 on Saturday, and then Sunday at 1:30. One word to describe Michigan.
Fast.
Yes.
Fast. Sums it up.
Come on.
They run well there. They'll be fast there.
Yes,
Yeah.
hopefully looking for win number 2.
Yeah.
Yes.
Number 2.
2 in a row. 2 times in a
100
row.
starts as well.
And I'm really sorry
100th
that
start.
he didn't give you the clutch performer of the
Oh,
week.
I was here just to support Nick.
You're always clutch.
okay.
We'll see you next week on
mind.
MRN Crew Call.
The best that ever did it. The best out there. The best ever. Team 9 forever.